world champion, Camden Riviere. This is best of 5, 6-game sets. Will Taylor is the hazard marker. Love all. Chase, 1 and 2. $15 love. Last gallery, 2 chases.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this broadcast of the US Open Final. I am Bertie Vallat, and joining me today is Max Truman.
I don't know. You'd have to ask Steve.
Yes, you do.
Sorry, a little technical.
Sorry, just
technical
difficulties with the marker. Anyway, so yeah, Max, are you excited to watch this final?
Yeah, it should be a good one. I mean, what's this, their number? How many times have they played this year? Probably not many this year, actually, but in the last
season,
year or so,
yeah,
it's
been
a few. Cam, obviously, coming out on top last time in the World Champs in September, I think.
That's right, same time as French Open.
Yeah, up in Newport. But then obviously John won in the US Open final last year. Yes, I think Cam was injured, but even so, he got his first US Open win.
First time Cam has lost in Open singles competition in something, excluding world champions, something outrageous like 13 years.
Yeah,
so just,
crazy.
You know, obviously condolences to Cam, a horrible way to lose a match, but I just think as far as the game is concerned, I think a new champion can only add more excitement around this rivalry that's emerging between these two players.
Yeah, I mean, two very similar playing styles in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, Cam's playing pretty ridiculously well at the moment.
Yeah, interesting you mentioned playing styles, and I agree, and I think it's not only are they similar in playing styles, but psychologically there's somewhat of a, you know, I think Camden has helped and maybe even mentored John Lumley a lot coming through. As you can see in their similar game styles, so I think like psychologically that adds another element to this rivalry of theirs.
Yep, so a good start to Cam in this first game.
Chase 2.
Optics still opting for that high drop.
Oh.
Chase off.
Ooh. I think.
It's very close.
Is Cam shaking his head? I wonder. I think it was. I mean, whatever. But I think Cam's saying it was better.
It was close, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous gap.
Last gallery.
Yes, we're seeing both players really attack not just the galleries, but all forms of chases in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're playing this rally style of game, it will tend to favour the server, especially for John, who maybe, you know, yes, is ultra clinical, but I think Cam is probably just with that left-handed option got more offense from the receiver's side. It's so important for him to be down here.
Yeah.
To win this match.
On the chase. Game. 1 game to love. Fault.
Wow.
15 love.
So good out of the
Awesome.
air from Camden. Unlucky for John, but
15 all.
Camden just looking supremely relaxed and confident to start this match.
That's a good ball. Great ball.
30-15. Out of court, thank you.
2 missed forces in a row from Cam.
40-15.
Yeah, I'm sure we won't see much more of that throughout the match.
No, a little bit of nerve settlers. That was good.
Ooh, catching the edge of the timbre.
Yeah, John just so fast into these
1 game
corners.
all.
Oh,
Stroke.
oh, he was there.
He's done so well to get near that ball.
Yeah.
Especially
15
looking
up.
at John's starting position. He was covering, looking to anticipate almost a skid boast option from Camden, and still getting over
Still
there.
get there, even with the roll, the soft bounce off the back wall. With the current state of the balls, very slow. Once it hits a wall, I feel like it just slows down so much. That's good.
Again,
So good.
this is why I think it's so important for John to stay at the server's end and not the receivers, just because as a lefty, Cam can just produce such offense off of the timbre and off of the back wall in front of the grill that a right-hander just simply isn't going to be able to do. So if John engages in these boasts, long rallies filled with kind of boasts and, you know, playing this counter-punch game that they both specialise in, he's going to really suffer from the hazard end.
Fault.
Camden playing that hazard, which he could have left. Just an example, but I think he's clearly much more content to play from down there.
Yeah. It's a good cut volley.
30-15.
I think Cam's really been working on that cut volley of his in the last few months, just trying to really get used to taking it out of the air. That's good.
40-15.
I think
Chase is 5 and 6.
Camden in recent years, even in a post his initial becoming world champion, I think he's added this layer of
Well, you have to
offense
pull out of court
and
for me,
disguise to his
please. Out of
game.
court's above my head.
Oh, sorry, we're just hearing a bit of chat between the marker and what would you call, Will? Assistant
A
marker
referee.
/ referee, I suppose.
I don't know whether he'll be doing the disciplinary.
Yeah, I'm not sure Will really
stuff.
knows what his title is, but they're figuring it out.
He's calling the hazards. He can call the hazards. Not really sure what was going on there, but
But yeah, this, you know, Cam boasting it around, using more disguise. He just
Score is
added like
40-15,
another layer of depth to his game.
yeah.
Chase.
Just, you know,
5
to
and 6.
distinguish himself from other ralliers.
Game. That's 2-1.
Yeah, really nicely played game there from Cam. John really looking like he's, I mean, that stint at the service end, he was really looking to attack underneath that grill and put in a bit more pace than I think he would usually do.
Hazard. Second gallery. Love.
Took that one a little bit early. How's he got that still?
Oh, amazing tennis.
So calm from Cam there.
Yes, John's made all those balls, but Cam's volleying there was just, I mean, unbelievable control, corner to corner.
Oh, good in. Shot. Good length.
Love, one chase.
Yeah, Cam just, you know, increasingly settling into this match, looking more and more confident. Yeah, I think, you know, John Lumley and supporters of him would have been hoping for a slow start from Cam, and it doesn't look like they've got one. He looks really sharp out of the blocks here.
I think both of them are looking pretty sharp though.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason Cam's gone ahead is just those really nice, like, perfectly lengthed shots into the corners, like we just saw. I mean, he's just not allowing John to get any of them. I mean, it's having 2 bounces before the back wall because he knows that John's quick enough to get across and get them. Oh. Pure roller off the back wall.
I think that was a bit of a smile there from John. I think he, you know, nice get. I think he knows it. Maybe a little bit fortunate.
That's the ball you're looking for every time. That was good. That's a good get. He just can just be so attacking off that timbre.
Cam's done really well to work his way back into that rally, but I think just talking about the start of it, 2 bounce railroad, Cam playing a volley, and that's a tough, you know, if John can get Cam playing a backhand volley above shoulder height, it's a really tough ball for a lefty. That hard to control. Cam's got quite a great cut volley, but he likes to wrap around it, which is hard to do on a fast-moving ball.
It's tough off this
exactly.
Chicago roof as
So
well.
I think
it's
that
super fast.
That's a real way forwards for
He's
John.
on a high back wall. Cam's quick, but he's not that quick.
On the chase.
Juice?
30-40.
30-40. Good volley. Very good volley.
Juice.
Cam's still opting to, I think he's trying to make John volley that ball. Do that.
Oh, just such a calm put away. It's so easy to overplay that.
It's
Cam
interesting, yeah.
just going floor first every time.
And interesting how, I mean, watching him in the doubles yesterday, and every time it goes on that roof over on the left-hand side, above the sort of last gallery, the doubles, he's looking to volley it every time. But in the singles, the last 3 times it's done that. Even today, he's just let it bounce, calmed himself, and just pushed it into the corner.
Last gallery.
Ultimately won the point from each one.
Advantage receiver. Chase, the last gallery.
Shot.
A little bit of,
Service point. Juice.
would we say slipping there? I think for Cam in that his backhand service and corner, the right part of the court.
a little bit.
Sorry, 2. First serve.
Yeah, I think John will be pretty happy to take that first one as a fault, even when it wasn't. It was kind of kicking out, and it looked like Cam was going to go and turn on it.
Advantage.
And ultimately, helped him out. Hit a much better railroad the second time. It's a good shot from Cam.
Cam's done well there, but he's not looking super attacking on that volley response to John's railroad when he has to play it at that height. And when these balls are a little bit older and more played in as they would be at this stage of the tournament, it's hugging that sidewall quite nicely when John gets it on the back wall. So I really like this railroad option.
Shot.
That one, not quite as tight.
Advantage.
Yeah, I think John's just got to kind of look to put it on his high backhand up there. That's good.
Such a great shot. Yeah, I mean, Camden's not hitting a bad shot there, but, you know.
It just is opening,
Lots of his game is so exceptional. I think that is just a possible area for John to exploit. And we hear Tim Chisholm, longtime friend and supporter of Camden, in the gallery there saying that's a better volley. I think it's clearly something they'll be thinking about.
Chase, worse than the last gallery.
Yeah, John definitely needs Cam to be. He did get that one that stayed tight, but we've seen from the last 3-4 returns there, John definitely wants Cam volleying off the back wall. There's just too much jeopardy. Camden gets a bit of a free swing there.
And I think Cam's very different to a lot of left-handers as well, where his backhand off the back wall is very attacking.
Yeah, super. He doesn't even need to look to turn that often.
Yeah, I mean, he can generate enough pace with his backhand to be able to hurt people. So I think putting it onto his volley is definitely the best option right now.
Advantage server. Chase is worse than the last gallery.
And there's not many lefties, to be fair, at the top level. Right, so Cam takes the fourth and goes.
Server leads 3-1.
Takes a 2-game lead in this first set.
$15 up.
Oh, what a great option from Cam. Low and high underneath the grill.
30 up.
Yeah, bit of a tussle for that game. And now Cam looking very assured in this lead.
Yeah, John just hitting a first 2 fairly loose return of serves. That one a lot better.
Oh, wow.
Great get. I like that option. Shot.
Oh, I mean, what an unbelievable rally. Such a high level. Yeah, Cam will be, annoyed to have missed those 2 grills, but also did so well to keep himself in that rally.
Yep. Yeah, I really like that option from John there, just kind of just rolling that backhand. I mean, even though Cam gets it, it's a lot looser than what it kind of would be just cutting it into Cam's forehand corner.
30 love, receiver lead.
Yeah, I'm really not used to seeing that
Chase
ball
better
come back,
than
to be honest,
2.
when people hit that angle
No.
on this court. It's been happening these last couple of weeks, and people haven't been getting that back.
I mean, most courts, that ball's not coming back.
One chase.
That's good volley. Yeah,
40
definitely
love,
deserves a
chase
clap.
yard worse than the last gallery. On fault.
Snuck in.
Game. That's 4 games to 1.
Yeah, it sounds like the Chicago crowd are definitely on John's side. A little bit more than Cam right now.
Yeah, I think people just tend to like an underdog,
15 love.
which I think John is here. I know he's the defending US Open champion, but
I mean, he's also Steve's partner as well, so.
yeah. But,
15 all.
yeah, I don't think it's obviously nothing personal. It's just they just want to see the closest match possible.
Chase. Better than 5. Fault.
And finding that link, yeah, John not finishing that rally off. Easier said than done, I know, but engaging in those rallies with Cam from the receiver's
I
end.
mean, I think he played a pretty
He did play well, but
a good point there. Just Cam, just too good.
But yeah, that's the thing. We're talking about how John is going to beat the best, form-wise, recently the best player in the world right now, and it's got to be by shutting those rallies down. Because when they go on for longer, it's normally going to end in Cam finding a nick or a target. So yeah, I'm not saying John's not playing well by any means, but
yeah, he's definitely playing solid right now. But Cam's just
it's going to take something special, I think.
He's really putting the pressure on Lammers to actually hit winners. And on a court like this, the targets are small.
Yeah, John's got to be. It sounds obvious, but John's got to be finishing the point off here and putting. Because Cam's just not really under much pressure in the rallies. Yeah, he just looks so confident moving around the court right now.
Score is 15 all. Chase. Better than 5.
Predictions on time of length for this match? It's a really hard one.
I think if it stays like this, it will be. I mean, obviously, if it stays like this, it's probably going to be straight sets.
That's the thing. And also, yes, these guys play long rallies, but they also play a very fast-paced tempo of match, like time between points. The way they, not a lot of high serves, not a lot of galleries. So actually, it might go. I wouldn't leave your screens for that long, to be honest.
40-15.
That said, a 3-hour marathon like last year, more than 3-hour marathon, also wouldn't surprise me.
You never know. I mean, hopefully it's not in the circumstances of last year, but
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That's 5 games to 1.
But yeah, Cam looking very good right now.
Yeah. 15 love.
Good ball.
Chase.
Nice shot from John.
1 and 2.
This one you have to
30
turn
up.
around and just say good shot. Yeah, I like that shot choice from John's. I like that one. But yeah, I mean,
Which shot was that, sorry?
sort of like the cut force out of nowhere. It looks like he's
Yeah,
going to cut it down
main
into the
force.
corner and just kind of hits it straight at
15,
Cam.
30.
But Cam obviously just getting his racket on it and very fortunate to go in the winning gallery, I think. But I'll definitely take it.
Ooh, Cam's slightly
40,
misreading that, but
15,
it made him get a little bit
1
lower and maybe put some more cut on it.
Yeah.
I don't think that hurt him at all, actually. Great shot. So yeah, I mean, yeah, as we said, a bit of a tussle for a couple games there, but so far, that was 2 or 3 games, and then the rest of them less contested. If I'm honest,
I mean,
Cam's just looked
already,
really quite
already
dominant.
brought up 2 set points, kind of in no time. Playing chase 1 and 2. I think we may see him try and put it on the floor.
40, 15,
Unless-
receiver leads.
What's John going
Chase
to go
1
for?
and
Looking
2.
like he's going to go for a high serve. Oh. Yeah, those high serves, you've
40.
really got to hit that cut volley.
Yeah, I think the pressure of the 1 and 2 chase there affected Cam's shot slightly.
It's better from John. Much better. Really well constructed point. I mean, it's only 2 shots, but that's exactly what he wants every time.
Cam pointing at the galleries there, or at least John's backhand corner. I think he's saying that's where he should have gone.
He's kind of done the same thing though.
So, and that wasn't an easy ball for John to deal with, but I just don't. Cam's
Advantage.
only real noticeable area of weakness, I think, has been this cut volley.
Yeah, John's doing really well at the moment, and that's a much better one.
He's kept it
pitched
down,
it a
but-
lot shorter.
Juice.
And that's kind of the thing off this fast roof and the fast railroad. You just have to really try and control that ball, put on the floor at first. This railroad's a bit looser, allows him to turn. Go away with it though.
Hazard Bevan second, thank you. On fault. Advantage, 1 chase.
Cam catching John out there with that down the middle cut return. Yeah, and I just think that's the kind of shot. I mean, yes, not an easy ball to deal with, but if John's going
Advantage
to
server.
create
Chase is
some
Hazard,
more scoreable
better
pressure in this
in
match, I think that's the
second
kind of
gallery.
ball he's got to be punishing Cam for hitting. Want to serve for a hazard chase.
No, not up. Game.
So good from
Takes that
Cam,
first set. Clinical.
keeping that ball in the forehand part of the court. John's got no chance of hitting a gallery there. Yeah, really good play.
Oh, it's a good ball. Lummer's coming out the starting blocks fast in the second set.
Yeah, I think we just need to see more attack really from John this set.
15 love.
Yeah, and again, I don't think John played a bad set there. I
No,
think he
but-
just kind of played a little bit to Cam's strengths, just pushing him into each corner rather than trying to kind of hit through him a little bit more.
Yeah, I think he played a
15 or-
more defensive game that would probably beat most people, but he's playing one of the few people in the world that can hang with him in rallies, if not more than that. So yeah, I think he's got to access that secondary layer to his game, which he does have, which is that more attacking style. Use that cut volley, main ball force, use that backhand low hard cross court neck shot he's got.
Yeah, I really like that shorter cut volley, pitching
1, 2.
it.
Yeah.
Pitching it kind of in between last gallery and second gallery on the floor and really making Cam have to get up the court a little bit and kind of have to rise it above the net tape rather than just it being in the corner and allowing him to sort of just chip it down the line towards that grill.
30 all.
Yeah, I think that set was exactly the kind of tempo of tennis that Cam loves playing.
Yep.
Just largely just on the floor rallying.
On fault.
But here we go, quite a big chance to take this first game for John. If he can change ends with a game ball and a good chase to defend.
Oh, good.
40-30, one chase.
He needed that
Chases
one.
1 and 2.
Max and Bertie, as up-and-coming players, have you tried to model your game on any of the top players, past or present? I think Max can answer that one first. And yeah, no prizes for guessing what his answer will be.
What was it?
Have you tried to model your game on a top player, past or present? We'll save it for the next change of ends.
Oh,
Juice.
John getting rid of that ball.
Fault.
It's good from there.
Yeah, hearing some encouragement there from Tim Chisholm sitting in the winning gallery, supporting Cam on.
No.
It's the wrong one.
Yeah, I think
That's the game.
for Cam, just because he is so
Receiver
good
leads by 1
and
game
people
to love.
like upsets, it's I think he's probably used to having the crowd favour the underdog.
Yeah.
And also, for that reason, it makes a huge difference to have Tim here, I'd imagine. For him.
Yeah, I mean, him and Tim are great friends. I think Tim was definitely kind of a role model for him. Definitely has been. I mean, obviously they've been doubles partners for a long time now.
15 love.
But I think Cam's definitely taking inspiration from Tim with all the experience that he's got.
Which is interesting because their games are so different. So you mean off court inspiration?
Off court, yeah, I think,
Off
and
court.
just
I see.
based on
30 love.
being a professional and like just in general playing rather than actual playing styles and shot selection. I think they're very different.
Chase, better. Down the door.
But yeah, I think in general, just taking inspiration from him in, like, I think more on the mental side rather than the actual tennis side.
Worse than 3.
So yeah, I won't get too into detail
2 chases.
with my game on Max's because we're if you want to see how tennis should be played, then maybe then these guys would explain better than we can. But I think I've heard lots of top coaches say that it's maybe less about modelling on a specific player, and your job as if you're trying to get better at this game, I think, is to pick and choose aspects from everyone that you like.
Yeah, I think.
And find coaches that work with your games, with your skills, attributes, personality, and pick and choose aspects.
I think as a junior, I definitely grew up like trying to consciously make sure that I listen to multiple people's views on like the same shot rather than just, for example, go and see like Rob Fay, the greatest player ever. Instead of just trying to fully model my game on his game, is actually speak to other people as well, just to get different ideas on how they do it. And it's what works for you, right?
Yeah, I think you can always listen to it, take everyone's advice and try everything, and then choose. And you're welcome to reject whatever you like or dislike. So yeah, that would be what I have to say on that one. But yeah, it's funny you mentioned modelling yourself on certain players, because I think somewhat of an example of that in the modern era might be John and Cam. I think before Cam started the game and became one of the world's best players, it was, you know, the best players in the world was Steve Vigona, Tim Chisholm, Rob Fay, you know, guys who were still amazing, obviously,
Yeah.
but target hitting, all-out attacking players.
Yeah,
Cam
and
kind
Cam's
of,
kind of
no
come
one
in.
was really doing this counter-punching thing as much.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Cam's definitely come in and kind of changed the way the game can be seen to be played.
And then I don't think it's coincidence that the next kind of young guy to really come through, John Lumley, is in a similar vein to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will be interesting in the future to see if more juniors, up-and-coming players model themselves on this kind of counter-punching style, or if there's a new kind of type of tennis player that we'll see that will change things.
Yeah. I mean, I'd almost say that Cam's kind of a mixture of both a little bit,
He is
because he
now,
really does
yeah.
attack. He hits so many targets.
But I think in his earlier days, I think he was more of a strictly counter-puncher or retriever, and that added attack, disguise, nuance to his game has been like a later development. I'd say possibly even since 2016 when he first became world champion.
Yeah.
Does being left-handed have any advantage, especially with the serve? I played a lefty last week for the first time and struggled massively to return the serve. I think at a very beginner level, yes, but then after that, most people, before Camden started, you know, his kind of reign in the game, would have said that actually being a left-hand is a disadvantage, hitting the backhand on the return of serve.
So I disagree. I think.
But I think now, yeah, I'd say
I would.
yeah.
I would rather be a lefty than a righty. I think once that. I mean, Cam being at the returner's end, as soon as he's got that first ball back, once you're in the point, it's so much. I think you benefit so much more for being a lefty, having that offense off of the timbre and underneath the grill, where basically everyone hits the ball. I mean, that's where most people are taught to hit the ball, right, from the service end. It's like, go and hit that weird looking wall down the end, and if you happen to miss it, it's probably going to go in the little box that wins you the point. But being a lefty, it's going onto your forehand every time. You can attack from it.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I mean, there are so many elite players.
even there, like, Lumley hasn't hit a terrible serve, but Cam's still been able to turn on it and allow him to hit a forehand.
Yeah,
So even down the returner's end, like, the serve has to be very good to actually make them have to play a backhand.
depending on the court. I think the final thing I'll say on that is there are just so many different ways to play this game. I don't think it's such a small sport, but I don't think anyone's cracked the code yet, as it were. And if real tennis was a bigger sport, there may be one dominant, and there were kind of real tennis academies like there are in lawn tennis, and one dominant way of playing would emerge, and we'd figure out pretty quickly which is better. But
I think it's
for where the game's at, I
there's
think
just so many aspects in this
you
game.
can do it
as well. There's
differently.
so
Yeah,
many different
exactly.
different parts to this game compared to lawn tennis, where it's a kind of a
We do balls,
you
please,
sit
chaps.
you sit 10
Thank you.
like 10 feet behind the baseline and just rip it to each other
Yeah,
until
exactly.
someone hits a drop shot, and then you go and run and get it, and then it's just very like it's a real big sequence in lawn tennis compared to out here, where you have all the different walls, all the different angles. Every court you go to is different. All the balls are different. There's just so many different aspects.
Freddie, Adam, nice to hear from you. Glad you're watching. Great to hear everyone watching and where you're watching from as well. Yeah, Cam definitely, Maxwell Gavin, Cam definitely has a great element of deception in his game. Yeah, I think, Max, would you agree? I definitely would.
Deception, yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
that's
He's
that.
really good at holding that shot and trying to, I mean, he's definitely trying to make his opponent sort of put all their weight to one side before he actually hits it, and he can see that and just sort of slides it the other way.
And that segues nicely into this other comment, which is, it seems crazy to say, but John and Cam have the same game and Cam does it better. Yes and no, because I think as that prior comment
40-15,
gets at,
serve
I
lead.
think they both have the same foundation in this
5.
retrieving style, but I think the deception that Cam has, which relates to his attacking game, is unique to him.
Yeah, he definitely has
He's got
great
an extra
deception.
layer to his game, basically, which I think is why this
Out of
matchup
court.
is quite often quite favourable for him. And yeah, as you say,
30-40.
could a player like Nick Howell be a bigger threat? I think in a way.
To Cam or to John or both?
I think he or she is referring to Cam, but could be either.
I think so. I think
In a way, yes, definitely.
In a way, yeah. It's just
punches
again,
above his weight
it's
in that,
different.
yeah.
It's different playing styles, right? Like you even watch like Nicky play
Rivalry.
Cam in the semi-final. Yes, he got
40-30,
injured and had to pull out
Those
early,
first couple
but the first
games,
couple
yeah.
of games, like
Or,
Nicky was unbelievable.
or was it only British Open before last when Nicky won the first set against Cam from the receiver's end, just all out attack.
Yeah.
Options that
Well, I mean, you look
and
at like
Nicky versus John at the National Open a month or two
40-30,
ago.
receive
A month or two
leads.
ago went to 5 sets. So yeah,
Chase, the
I think
second
matchups
gallery.
really matter, and Nicky's all out attack, I think, does create
creates problems for these two.
puts
I mean,
players like John and Cam in really awkward positions.
and you look at like when Rob Fay played John and Aiken in October, like Rob
Game.
smoked him, and I think that was purely just from Rob being able to hit
That's 2
hit
games
through
to
him.
1.
I mean, obviously Rob can't run as much as John, so he decided, all right, I'm not going to run with him. I'm just going to try and end that point quickly, and just hit it through him. Which again, it's a lot easier said than done, but
Great change up there from John. Yeah, I mean, interestingly, against most lefties, you'd say, well, attack the backhand corner. But against Cam, do you feel like there's a real disparity between his backhand and forehand in terms
not
of
crazy.
quality?
Cam's very good in our
Yeah.
forehand and his backhand
I
corner.
agree. I'm really not sure there is either.
I mean, the amount of times we see Cam just sort of skip into that his backhand corner and just chip it down the line and hit the grill. I mean, he does it all the time. But I guess that's what it comes to. I mean, probably 75% of return of serves go into that corner, right? So
Yeah.
it's going over the low part of the net, so it's going there most of the time. And it's no different to us. Like,
Unreal get from John, but also prime example of Cam's deception. John, getting completely the other way for that forehand initially, and having to change direction.
yep.
Fault.
But yeah, this set definitely looking a bit tighter. I mean, it's the same as last set. Started tight. We'll see if someone can pull away. John definitely kind of looking as though he's sticking in there.
15-40. Fault. That's the game.
So John Lumley draws even 2 games all in the second set. And I think, yeah, we have seen a bit more attack from him in this set.
Fault.
And more time at the server's end, crucially.
Yep. Oh wow. I think on like these shots, I'd like to see John just stepping forwards and taking a lot out of the air. I mean, there's a lot that he's leaving to the back. Very well played.
No, I know what you mean.
But like
Yeah.
the shots, 3 or 4 shots ago, it's kind of landing on chase 2, but a little bit loopy. And Cam's kind of still in that corner, so if he can step up and volley it, he's just taking a lot of time away from him. And he can really attack it and step into that volley rather than giving Cam time to get back to that middle, and then ultimately, like, he's kind of just cutting it into a corner rather than hitting a bit more of an attacking volley into the corner instead. Oh my god. I'm sticking in there.
Unbelievable. I think Cam's almost unbelievable rally. That final shot looked a little bit tentative, and John not failing to capitalise. But I mean, wow, what a match we're watching.
Yeah. But again, that was kind of like the one I said about before, just stepping into that volley. It was very similar to the one before that he left to the back wall, but I just think he can be a lot more attacking from stepping into the volley rather than letting it hit the back wall. It's a good cut volley.
30 all.
A little bit loose.
Second gallery.
Yeah, a couple of rallies going John's way there,
30 all.
and seeing him get some momentum from this end. And Cam, really great match player, just shutting that down, taking on the gallery.
Yeah, Cam was like, I want out of this point.
40-30, one chase. Chase is the second gallery.
Real chance there for John to push ahead and take the lead in this match for the first time. Is that a flame graphic added after hitting the grill?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that Ryan? Is that
It's a graphic. Yeah.
like a? Do you have to? How do I say this? Do that manually each time there's a grill, or does it happen automatically?
Yeah, Will,
So apparently Will
Will's in
Taylor
there
has
and
a
he's got
barbecue in
lot.
that grill corner. So yeah, apologies for the alarm.
40-30, server leads. Chase the second
Ryan has just
gallery.
informed me. Oh, two unfortunate errors into the net there for John, and two real. I think I know this, but two real chances there.
Definitely had the
Neither of those
chances
two
there,
had
yeah.
to be misses. And you know,
Super calm.
Cam's been playing well throughout this match, but
15
not.
left.
He's had a, you know, I feel like he'll think he's gotten away with one there,
Yeah.
which will fuel him.
Good attacking ball into the corner from John there.
15 all.
A little bit of a heavier ball, putting Cam under a bit more pressure.
Fault. Thanks, John.
Not my real name. I believe it's just the regular bells
First 30-15.
in the winning gallery, not the more exotic gong that you find at some US clubs.
Out of court.
Off the frame
Gongs
from
are
John,
fun,
was
though.
that? Was that off the frame?
A little bit of a shank.
40-15.
Yeah.
A little bit of a shank cut volley down the line. Unfortunate for Cam, but I think John needs a couple of those just to. I like that one.
Yeah, I really like that from John. I think he's making some changes in his game to make up for the attacking difference that Cam has on his left-handed forehand, like that backhand force under the grill and
Yep.
that two-handed drive off the timbre, options that a lefty has naturally and that are harder for a right-hander. Oh man. Yeah, a slight quirk of this court, that high timbre, almost another winning opening.
Because the timber's actually bowed, isn't it? It's,
Yeah, that's right, slightly warped, yeah.
slightly warped, so the higher you go, the further back it goes.
Exactly.
So like that, sort of halfway up the timbre, it kind of makes it a bit more like a tuxedo DC timbre, where it goes a lot closer to the back wall, which Mr. Ryan Carey doesn't like apparently.
Loving this
15,
all-out
30.
attack from John. Just really taking the game to Camden.
I think he just had to come out here and do something different.
Yeah,
Just
it's a pace of play that Camden looks less comfortable with.
yeah.
And as soon as Cam's comfortable, it's you know, disastrous for John.
Second gallery. Second gallery.
Cam's just so good at returning that main wall force. He really gets. I mean, his back is literally facing John the whole time.
It's a potential real weakness for a left-hander, especially a left-hander with a two-handed volley.
Yeah.
But Cam, yeah, so athletic.
It's unbelievable.
So athletic. So his reactions are so sharp that it is almost a strength of his, and he redirects it time after time to high main wall timbre. And as we've seen against John, there, hyper effective shot. But yeah, John, a first set that he'll want to forget. But you know, the champion he is, he's put it in the past, and he's level with Cam in this set and hanging with him. And Cam is looking, you know, just body language wise, looking maybe slightly more tense, as you might expect with some scoreboard pressure.
Yeah, a little bit compared to the first set. I mean, he kind of steamrolled that first set. Once Cam gets on a roll, it's very hard to stop him. So credits to John for that. That's a good ball. That's an unbelievable get. Oh my god. Good from John though, just keep attacking.
30 Hazard.
This feels like
gallery.
a pretty big point at this point in the match.
Yeah, I said this previously, but if there is a weakness in Cam's game, I think it is this volley railroad return.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good, but it's not spectacular, which, you know, lots of his game is.
It's a better serve from John, but that's good. Get over. Oh, wowza.
Possibly Camden thought, as I did, that point was over with that great floor sidewall cut shot that he hit.
John got it back, and then John kind of looked like he was going to step up and hit that volley hard in towards that timbre area, but just calmly slides it down the line. John swinging big at that one off the sidewall.
Oh, John unlucky to miss the grill there. Yeah, really great option that from Camden. Could have left it for a hazard, but yeah, as we saw with that high back wall boast, not high back wall boast, just high back wall force, I want to say, from John. Yeah, you're really up against it on a court like this with a hazard chase. So hard to keep the railroad tight.
Yeah, that's so
yeah, great thing.
Kind of deceived him there, though, right? He held it really well. Held it really well. Kind of looked as though he was going to slap it towards that timbre, but didn't. Again, Cam will really be looking to close this game out and take the lead in the second set. Put the pressure on Lummers. It's a good cut volley. It's a good get.
I think he's gone for that high back wall shot.
I don't know what he was going for there.
I think he was going for the high back wall shot and
second gallery
they missed it.
Game score.
You okay there? Game to the server, that's 4-3.
Yeah, an erratic way to lose that crucial 7th game.
I think Lummers has really got to compose himself here, otherwise this set will run away with him
It could slip from him, which would be a shame considering how well he's played so far.
Yeah. Shot.
Chase the door. Fault. 15 all.
Camden doing quite well to get out of the,
Get
out of the way there. But just seeing how well, so with this railroad and then defensive volley combo, just see how well Camden anticipates. He's almost stood in that right-hand corner, ready to receive a main wall force before John's hit it.
Yeah, I mean, I think with this quick left-handed railroad, it's very tough for John to put that ball down the line.
Big time, yeah. And I think, you're playing one of the fastest guys on tour, and he can, with about 80% accuracy, let's say, know where you're going to hit it. Nightmare situation for John, which is why this attacking game he's brought in this second set has been such an improvement for him.
Yep.
Just less predictable for Cam.
Shot.
Whereas John can't move over there for the main wall because he also knows that Cam has that skid bow straight force option off of that ball.
Yeah, I really think the kind of longer railroad isn't working for him right now. He's really got to get this back onto his volley. Because Cam just, again, like I said earlier, Cam's very different to the other left-handers where he can really attack from that backhand off the back wall.
So that's a 2-game lead for Cam, and if we think back to what the set could have been, had John won that game at 2 all to go 3-2, and then winning the next game 40-15 or 40-love as he did, it could be a very different score if it just weren't for those big moments. A couple net tapes and those big points from John, if I'm honest. Great serve from John. I think I'd like to see him maybe move a bit over to the right on that ball, just when it's that tight. I don't think Cam has the straight option there. And had that gone into the dead on, I'm not sure John could have been able to cover it. Is that a volley off the wall?
Yeah.
Ridiculous from Camden. John looking really fired up here, which is good to see. He's been right in this set.
That's a much better serve.
40-love, ball up please Cam, thank you.
And John will definitely want to stay at this end, win this point, stay at this end.
40-love.
Let's try and get it back to 5-all. I think the worst case scenario for him here is to lose the service end.
Right on cue.
I think Cam was going for it as well, I think.
Yeah, commentator of the year award. No, I think you're right though. Yeah. I think also 3 points to forget there for Cam to go 40-love down.
Yeah. But
just this break will disrupt some momentum that John was building.
Yeah, and Cam knows. I mean, he's got a 2-game lead. He knows that point there. I think he was going for the dead on, but he definitely doesn't mind that miss at this stage. I mean, even if he loses this point, he's still a game up, but he has got the service end where he kind of knows that Lummers can't really hurt him from that receiver's end. I mean, like you said earlier, with that fast railroad, I mean, Lummers only doesn't have many options, and it's usually just the option to hit that kind of main wall or punch it across court into Cam's backhand, but he stood there every time.
A yard better than the second gallery. Service point.
Yeah, so one
very clinical off that back roof and the roofs and hitting those galleries when he needs to.
That's one chance slightly squandered for John there, but it's just so important to make Cam earn these points if he takes them.
Oh, that's good.
out of this world tennis from Camden.
Yeah,
I mean,
Lummer's getting a little bit unlucky with that bando off the backhand roll. But Cam just sticking in there,
30-40.
annoyingly. Oh, it's good from John.
That's a game.
The crowd's really
Score
trying to
is
get
4
behind John
games
right
to
now.
5.
A little bit loose from Cam. Good attack from John.
oh, so good.
Come on, John, attack it again. That's a good ball. Did he get
Thank
that?
you.
Wow.
Really, really close to getting that. Great honesty from Camden. I honestly thought he did get
That's
that.
it kind of looked like he got it. Not the best camera angle, though.
Loose return, loose third shot.
See, again, Lummer's just really attacking that kind of second ball, but Cam is just so
15
good
up.
at finding the floor after someone attacks it straight at him. He's so good at just putting it on the floor, making his opponent work again. Oh,
So
again.
unlucky. John's really had his chance. I mean, I know that's super unlucky, but John's really had his chances here.
30
A couple
love.
penthouses in both the last few rallies from Cam.
Yeah.
I think against most players, John probably would have got away with chase the line there, but Cam's just so fast onto that ball.
That's a much better ball. Just
15,
pitching it
30.
on, like, in line of 6 on the wall, a little bit of top spin. Kicks it into Cam. Oh,
Right,
needed that
Ryan,
one.
if there ever was a big point, it is
Now
this one.
is the
30
time.
all.
Cam switching up the serve, going high.
Oh no. Still a good position for John. Just defend this worse than two chase. He had a micro chance there, and that
Yeah,
ball,
I think Lummer's could
that
have.
ball really didn't need to go back wall first.
No, I think he definitely would have done a lot better with just chipping a gallery there.
Darren-
That big pressure point.
Yeah, Darren Long mentioned in the chat. He's marking all semi-finals and finals this week, and doing a superb job. I think
Yeah.
Darren. Common consensus is that he's a superb marker, one of the best. Yeah.
I think getting ready for the World Dubs, which is coming up at his home club at Morton Morrell in a few weeks' time. All right, so
40-30,
set point for
receiver
Cam. Having to attack worse than 2, though. Lummers has really got to hit a good serve here. Going high.
Lost it.
Oh, good lead from John. I really don't mind that serve option at all. It's so hard, especially for double-handed lefty volley.
Making
It's so hard to
Cam
be
take it
aggressive
high.
from that high up. Yeah. Some love for the big point graphic in the live chat too.
Right, here's your chance, Lummers. You can kind of see Cam there. He's just stood in that backhand corner already.
Oh no, it's a stroke. Oh, that's an unbelievably frustrating way to lose that point. Especially John with the impetus in that rally. Camden slightly fortunate off the back penthouse, and yeah, frustrating.
Chase 6. Advantage.
Pete Dickinson,
One
still the
check.
greatest marker of the current tennis generation. Not a name I expected to hear in the US Open final, but I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
Did he comment that himself?
If his fake account is Browning Platt 7522, then it fooled me.
Surprised me.
Working at R&T, pizza, busy guy. Surely he's got better things to do.
Never know.
So here we go, a set point for Camden.
Advantage to the server. Chase 6.
Second set point. Chase 6.
Yeah,
Frustrating
and
end to that set for John Lumley, who really took the game to Cam there. Played really well to bring it to
server
3-all.
leads by 2 sets to
Cam
none.
done very well
Just
there,
a
though.
slight, just a few points where I felt like Camden slightly wriggled out of trouble there and, you know, finished the set super strong.
All right, I'm going to have a quick beverage break.
$15 up. Out of court.
Seeing Cam really off that third ball, dealing with Lumley's cut volley, go back towards Lumley's forehand quite
15-all.
quite often, just to change towards the end of the second set and start of the third. I think he's maybe seen how Lumley's attacking in that griddle corner a bit more.
Chase better than the door.
Yeah, I mean, superb rally. I think somewhat indicative of how this match has gone so far. Great tennis. Lumley often on the front foot in that rally. Camden absorbing and then, you know, just a little bit more offense and finishing the point off.
Stroke. 30 all.
Yeah, really good shot, and it's such an important time to hit it. Ben Geitenbeek wisely saying that aggression is good, but it comes with risks. True, but I think if John is unaggressive here, then he risks losing a match in the same fashion each time. I think it's so important in his position, you know, as the younger challenger trying to beat Cam, to do something different each time, and to try and learn as much as he can from playing Cam.
30 all. Chase.
So yes, aggression has risks, but it seems like, you know, they seem like necessary risks to me at least. As trying to out-rally Cam is a very brave strategy. That said, it worked for him in that rally, so
Thanks, Cam.
so maybe this match can yet change.
40-30. Chase worse than 4. Chase.
Feels like the more aggressive play was working well for him in the second. Yeah, I would agree. I'm not saying that John has to abandon his rallying game, but I think increased aggression quite possibly made Cam's life more uncomfortable. Just a change in rhythm as well, you know, tempo wise. A one-pace rally game is just where Cam's so comfortable. Great shot there. There we go.
Juice.
Just to stamp out this momentum that Cam has gained since the end of that second set. Can't help but feel like this is a very important game. Superb tennis,
Chase.
John again.
Yard better than the second gallery.
Ryan asked me if this is a big game. I say using the big game graphic, it's a lot of responsibility. I'd say we hold off until later in this set. Yeah, easy to be trigger happy. But yeah. Ben, you've lost me slightly. I remember saying in the live, if we looked at Ben's comment in the live chat, I remember saying that John benefited from being more aggressive. I don't remember saying that he needed to abandon his base of a rallier's game in favour of all-out attack. So yeah, I think we're saying the same thing.
Service point.
Nicely done from Camden. Again, he makes it look easy, but it's easy to overplay that ball, especially from that close to the net. Yeah, just so composed on that ball. John really moving Camden around the court here, but Cam's coming out on top of these rallies, and I think, you know, that work through the legs is a price he's going to be more than happy to pay. Especially if he stays on track, maintains the form that he has in this match, and makes this the final set. I think John kind of needs to step on it here a little bit.
Out of court. Juice.
Oh, great get for John. A little bit fortunate. Again, not the return he was hoping for, but I really like the intent, and I respect he's doing something different and bringing the game to Camden a little bit. And yeah, as we saw on that camera angle from Ryan, he looks fired up. So yeah, great to see.
Worse than the door.
Not knowing much about the players yet. Sorry, I'm reading out a live chat comment. As Cam takes a 2-set lead, how will John cope going into the third? Will he change his gameplay, or will desperation or frustration show? I think John is one of the most composed, mentally strong players, and just all-round professional athlete and competitor that plays the game. And I can't speak for of all time, but whilst I've been playing and watching, a few compared to him in that aspect. So yeah, I don't think desperation or frustration will show. Yes, John is the defending champion, but I'd still say he is the underdog in this match, Cam being the world champ. So I think for him, it's just what can he learn from this match, and how, and in what ways can he make life difficult for Camden. Oh, and with serves like that would be one answer. I mean, the perfect railroad.
Game till up. Stop.
Great shot from John. I'm seeing him getting fired up, and the crowd behind him as well. So yeah, possibly Ryan, just possibly, if there was a momentum shift sign. It could be deployed around about now.
30 love.
Pretty please. Positive play from John, who's super unlucky there. Cam looking a little bit more content to rally from the receiver's end, which is a slight change there. Yes, winning that rally, but I still think this type of play is favourable for John, being introducing more attack from the server's end. Great shot by Camden.
30 all. Out of court, thank you.
Yeah, just a couple of errors creeping in for Camden's game here. John's, you know, the reason I thought maybe this introducing a little bit more aggression for John, again, easier said than done, would be helpful is not only because does it outright win John more points, but because it makes life so more uncomfortable for Camden, and that added pressure and just dealing with a greater variety of pace of ball might put some more pressure on Camden and encourage him to make more errors too. Oh, wow. Not to be confused with, as I've seen in the live chat, saying that John Lumley has to play like Lewis Gordon as an example that's randomly been picked. I'm just saying that that extra layer to his game is, I think, what might make the difference.
Fault.
More good play from John.
15
Team better than last. No, you were not wrong. That is what happened. I mean, amazing win last year for John, and hence why he is the defending champion this year at the US Open. But yes, John played an incredible tennis all tournament, but yeah, Cam was picked up an injury. I'm not entirely filled in on the details, so I don't want to get this wrong, but I picked up an injury during the tournament, possibly in the final, and
time, please.
finished the match, which was incredibly impressive, but yeah, was seriously hampered by that. And yeah, put that in the past in a dominant display in the most recent World Championship against John.
Chase the line. 15 on one chase.
Just a couple of uncharacteristic errors. John making Cam play here, and you know, real tennis is a game of momentum. John never goes away. Is always out there competing, and so the second Cam drops his level, John's there to capitalize, and that's enormous pressure for Camden. Yes, he's he won the first 2 sets, but
Worse
against
than 4.
against a player like
Two
John
cases. Can we get some balls,
and
please,
how
guys?
resilient he is,
Thank you.
I mean, the third set will be the hardest one to win. Not my real name. Cam seems to be making more mistakes rather than John playing more winners. I tried to say this earlier. I think the two are related. I'm not sure you can really simplify a game like real tennis that easily, if I'm honest. I think John's playing more aggressively, taking the game to Cam. Camden's under more pressure in the rallies, a greater variety of shot, and also just scoreboard pressure. And understandably, that's getting to him, and he might make more mistakes. But, you know, I think mistakes are earned is basically what I'm trying to say. Regardless of Cam being hurt, John will have belief he can come back, as he has done it before. Oh yeah, no, I wasn't saying that John doesn't have belief here. I was just clarifying on last year's final. Yeah, I think regardless of previous matches, John is the type of player to believe he can win every match
Score is 30 all.
and give his absolute all, which
The
is why
first
he's such a
case
challenge
is
for
the line.
everyone, including Camden. So here we go, a chance for
Chase. Worse than 4.
Camden to break up this miniature run of momentum that John has generated.
Lost it. Better than 5. That's the game.
There it is.
1 game to 2.
A really, really important game for Camden, that, and yeah, John still got his nose ahead in this third set.
Last gallery. Level.
Yeah, sudden change in
Fine
body
play,
language
second
for Camden, looking steely, looking
15
determined. I think John may yet regret not being able to take that chance for a 3-love lead.
Thirty love.
Oh, I mean, not a whole lot I can say about that rally, just that, you know, what a privilege it is to watch tennis at this level. Cam is looking a little weak, needs to hit the gym. I mean, yeah, obviously that comment's a joke, but it is interesting because I think physicality in real tennis is something that not only has changed a lot because of players like Cam and John, and I don't just mean that, you know, as eras have passed, maybe it's something people think about more now. But I think this style of tennis that Cam and John play, like, I think they go through a lot more like cardiovascular conditioning as opposed to more upper body strength that you would aim for if you were a targets-based, more attacking player, less concerned with rallies. Yeah, I promise you that these guys take their conditioning seriously.
Game.
So yeah, Cam draws back to
That's
2
2
all.
games all.
And yeah, I said earlier, real tennis is a game of momentum. I think John's been somewhat constant there. You know, playing to a really good level, and Cam had that slight dip, a couple of unforced errors, and looks back and here to play, if I'm honest.
Out of court.
Really nice to hear some
15
support
love.
for the commentary and streaming work done by Ryan this week. Thank you guys. Yeah, it's pretty amazing what he provides. Oh, nicely done by John.
30 love.
Punta Masalo, I
40
assume
love.
that Chicago club has a gym. It sure does, and just about everything else you could want as a real tennis player. John really punishing Cam with that
Game.
hard railroad onto the backcourt. It's hugging tight.
Server leads by 3 games to 2.
Not. Maybe he's changed a bit of his technique with it, but I think, you know, serves in this game can come and go, and it's a matter of sticking with them.
Fault.
Bingo!
15 love.
Here we go. Just as Camden brought this game back to 2-all, suddenly it looks like John's building a bit of momentum again, and is approaching a 4-2 lead quite possibly.
I think it was in, yeah. 15-30. Second gallery. Y'all worse than last.
Tom Carew Hunt, I think I've asked this question before on an open feed, but what difference in match nutrition and hydration options do these players typically opt for in what could be a 5-setter? I think it's a highly individual thing, and these guys have been on the tour for a while and they'll know what works for them. I know John likes his pre-workout, and I think likes to and maybe doesn't consume a whole lot of carbs during a match, but I also know players like Kieran Booth allegedly is super heavy on the carbohydrates, namely bananas, during a match. So yeah, I think it's personal preference. I don't think it's too different to other racket sports in that aspect. But it is something that players in 2026 think about more and more. And yeah, players like Camden and John just doing so much to professionalize our sport in their approach to matches.
No. 40-30.
I mean, out of this world. I mean, so fast from Camden, and not just getting to that ball,
3
but
games all.
the clarity and purpose in redirecting it into the winning gallery. I mean, just ridiculous. I can provide
15 up.
hopefully some insight as a commentator, but some things really just need to be seen to be believed, and that is one of them.
Chase. Worse than 3. Down the line. 2 chases.
So here we are, as in the second set, a 3-all game. John really, again, has had his chances, and he's taken many of them, but there have been chances to take even more games, with John even possibly taking a lead in this set, so he can take a lot of encouragement so far. And yeah, just thinking back to how in the second set, a 3-all became a 6-4 Cam. I think it was maybe just a little bit Cam just in those big points, just staying in there, and the net tapes came. So if John can just hang in there and make Cam play, get to the server's end, maybe we can see a different story in this set.
Love. Chase the line. And fall. Double faults.
Unfortunate,
40
but
love.
you know, chase the line against the world champion. You're really up against it. You'd rather double fault trying to hit the right serve than give Cam an easy hit at the galleries.
Second gallery.
Just textbook from Cam.
Chase.
I mean,
Second gallery.
not an easy ball to deal with that. It kind of was jumping into him off of the back wall, and Cam shuts it down, hits a gallery. And yeah, the success John has had this match, of which there has been plenty, I'd say most of it has been at the server's end. So yeah, heading back this side at 3-all is bad news for him.
40 love. Server leads. Chase the second gallery.
Oh, great shot from John. Not the serve Cam had hoped for, but
15-40.
yeah.
Thanks, Cam.
Cam not really getting a look at that one. Just a real step up in pace from John. Again, I mentioned earlier on the stream how Camden so rarely gives away a penthouse ball when he's defending, and so often at the server's end just manages to redirect balls. High, spinny, floating main wall timbre. It's a nightmare ball to deal with. Unbelievable defensive volley from Camden. Yeah, wow.
15 love server. Better than the last gallery.
Better a fault than a bad serve. Yeah, I've definitely heard that one a few times, and I think I completely agree. Nice to know who I should attribute it to. Oh, just grill after grill for Camden. I mean, finish line is now beginning to emerge for him, and I think that will only fuel him more. Oh, great scramble there from John.
Two chases. Score is 30
Second
love.
guessing himself. I think he maybe at one point thought it was going to hit the timbre after initially reading a straight miss, and then managing to redirect it into the last gallery is a great result there from him. And yeah, 4-3, 30 love, Camden hitting some grills. That was felt like a slippery slope that could have descended into a 5-3 lead quite quickly, but those two chases really coming in handy for John, just breaking
Score
up
is
the
30
momentum a
love.
bit.
Receiver chased better than the last gallery.
Yeah. Chance to level it out from the server's end.
$40 love. Chase the last
Slight
gallery.
paralysis and movement there for John. I think just not quite reading that option from Cam.
Here we go. Come on, music.
15-40.
Cam missing his target by only a couple inches, and at this level,
30-40.
it's, John's not missing that ball. Cam's railroad defensive volley really tightening up in this more recent passage of play, getting it floor first, but John fighting hard in that rally, missing his target the first time, but not a second.
Advantage.
Wow, John earning himself a game ball, really fighting back hard from this 40 love deficit he was faced with.
Juice.
Great get from Camden, but also a
Balls played.
chance
Sorry,
for
guys.
John to level even in this match, and that's the kind of ball that he can't really afford to miss. Yeah, replay of that grill from John. Seeing the fist bump, yeah, he's fired up, which is so great to see. Cam pointing towards John's backhand, that's where he would have liked that ball to have gone.
Score is juice. Fault.
Oh, unbelievable retrieval from John. Huge game, huge moment for this, huge moment for him in this match, and yet rising to the occasion. I mean, yeah, it's so good. Oh, unlucky from John. Yeah, and really impressive from Cam.
Juice.
Tough ball off the timbre there in that corner, but he stayed really patient on that shot, just cutting it to John's backhand and working his way into the rally. Unbelievable attack off the timbre from Camden. A
Advantage.
shot that really, I think only he can hit. But yeah, John surviving that straight force and winning the point.
Fault. Second gallery.
Good time for gallery, but
Advantage.
John
One chase.
John has a real chance here. You know, 4-all, another as close as it's been in this match so far, score-wise. I think he went 5-3 down last set. So yeah, I mean, an interesting position for Camden. He knows just how close he is to closing this match out in 3 sets, but also just a couple. If John can string a good passage of play together here, he's got a real chance at winning this set, and at which point anything can happen. Oh, what a time to produce a shot like that. Camden's been amazing with that main wall dead on defense, but yeah, not reaching that one. Great use of the big point. Big point sign from Ryan, and yes, I agree. I feel like those big points have mainly been going the way of Camden this match, quite often with a net tape from John, so it's great to see John producing something extra special in that big moment. Oh, another great point.
2 chases.
So here we go, the biggest chance for a set that John's had so far in this match, being 4 games all. Yeah, I mean, it's moments like this where quite a big moment for Camden. He knows John's playing well. He knows John's right there. The scoreboard is tied. I think he just really will just need to hang in this point and hope that John makes a mistake. Superb shot.
Love. Chase worse than 6.
Oh, again, so good from Camden. And yeah, as has been the case in many of the big moments of this match so far, the 30-alls, the 3-alls, the 4-alls, we just see Camden really rise to the occasion, and not unforced errors, but balls that John could have hoped to get back. Going in the net. Superb volley.
Hazard half a yard, thank you.
Hazard half a yard. Yeah, impossible to tell from over here, but I mean that will be a blow for John. I mean, what a great volley that was.
Last gallery, 2 chases.
Cam looking so composed here.
30 left.
Really sensible, smart play. Absorbing that attack from John, who, would have liked to have found a target, and spraying that ball around the walls off the timbre against Cam. He's so good at resetting the rally from that part of the court, whether it's with a boast, down the line cut shot using his backhand. Yeah, I think we needed to see something more there, and Cam's now 30 love up and at the server's end. Yeah, tricky.
Score is 30 love to the server. Hazard, half a yard. Hazard.
so good from Camden. He anticipated that ball, and I don't hate the shot selection at all from
40
John,
love,
but
chase the
it was such a
last
high
gallery.
quality serve from Camden that he couldn't quite get the pace on it that it needed. Yeah. Camden lightning quick up to that ball and finding the winning gallery.
Fault.
Just a little bit too deep and gettable off the back wall, and if it's
game.
gettable off the back wall, a player like Camden's probably getting to
5
it.
games to 4.
And gets what he did, making that 5 games to 4. Yeah, really rising to the occasion there. That's as hard as Cam's been pushed in this match, I'd say. Yeah, I think he just showed that extra gear.
Hazard worse than second, thank you.
Good point, Nigel. Yeah, and for those of you unaware,
15 love.
whoever side you're on, yeah, Will Taylor is in the grill calling the hazards there, so impossible to worry about foul play. Really good there from Cam, finding floor first on that kill shot, a slight change up of pace. John finding that ball behind him. I think he was ready for a volley in front of the grill. Yeah, this match point looking increasingly closer for Cam. I mean, it's not often you see someone celebrate hitting a hazard, but such a great get. I completely agree. Yeah. 30 love and 2 hazard chases. It's a very favourable position for Cam. Yeah, unbelievable retrieving. I think Cam's really grown into this match as well, playing his
30 love.
I think playing his best tennis now. Not that it hasn't been exceptional the whole way through, but I think in these 4 alls, 30 alls, when we see Cam tested, it's kind of when he shows those gears that he does have to his game.
On the chase.
So good. Like, John's done so well to keep it in that corner
40 love.
against most
Hazard,
players shutting
the
down the
line.
chance for a gallery, but Cam somehow found that angle.
Game.
And there it is.
Set.
Game, set, and match for
Out.
Camden. A truly dominant performance. John brought some really quite amazing tennis to that match. But yeah, when it came down to those close moments, Cam just had a little bit extra. And rarely Cam...
Your US Open champion, Cam Riviere.
yeah, the first time in a while Cam hasn't defended his title, but regains it after a 1-year hiatus. Thanks to everyone watching. Really hope you enjoyed the commentary. We're trying our best over here. And yeah, I mean, what a superb event it's been from a spectator's point of view, that I can speak for, having watched these last matches. It's some of the best tennis I've seen. And yeah, you couldn't pick a more deserving deserving two players of the US Open final, and Camden had that little bit extra today, but yeah, I have no doubt that John will continue to increasingly test Camden over the next few years. And Ryan's just informed me we'll be on standby for the trophy presentation. Thanks, everyone.
When I was pretending to be a nerd, I used to go and practice at Commonwealth. The classics.
Will, very well done. Nicely done. Well polished, Will. All our table setters went to Ethan, right?
Etonian silver polishers. Remember the doormen were all Etonians?
It was more than your drink. More than that.
At the racket club, our doormen are purely from old Etonians. All these. Who's is that his coach?
Oh, it's Tim. Wow. I don't know. Well, he lost last year. But, yeah. What's going on? They lost last year. Emotional. Okay.
Are they in the finals? Wow. Who's in the doubles?
Cam and Tim. That's good. Steve Mom with anyone can win that.
I guess
Steve
Steve.
Mom with Steve and John. That's a great doubles team. Let's face it.
Remember last year he said they've been saying I'm too old for years. But here I am.
Hips and knees. Last night, we were there.
I better go track down Daddy O. See you down in another round.
Oh, we having dinner? You gonna join us for dinner? Come on. Sure. Come on. There he is. There he is. Where are we going? Chick-fil-A? We could. I was thinking we grill. Oscar and Spec.
Raising you could do that.
Right? Make this vegetarian.
Is Mason gonna be here?
What? Oh.
What's the class?
Oh God, you're staying over. You're forgetting. You're not asking. You're staying here. Ridiculous.
What's her name that you're seeing some activities to do?
Good question, John.
including great marking, great commentary, all throughout what's been a great U.S. Open, culminating in this terrific singles final. I'd also like to thank the United States Court Tennis Association, as well as the United States Court Tennis Preservation Foundation for all that they've done to make this tournament possible. I'd like to thank Ryan Carey as well, who's back in the booth somewhere, but who has done a tremendous job streaming. Next, I'd like to thank the Racket Club of Chicago, Richard Duggan, the general manager, Will Hopton, Steve Vergona, and John Cashman, a tremendous pro shop who organized a great tournament. Also, Pat Pugliese, Elmer Sakil, who took care of the guys in the locker room throughout, in between their matches, and of course the Food and Beverage Committee, who kept everyone well stocked. Next, I'd like to thank the Board of Governors, including Ethan Mears, the president, as well as the Athletic Committee, and Chris Gorder, who is the chair. Certainly, next, a lot of tremendous hard work went into this Open from the tournament committee, who worked tirelessly to pull together a lot of the little details that make this event special, and of course the sponsors, without whom none of this would have been possible, including the many billeters that we had who hosted players throughout the week. There were over 25 families that opened up their homes to host the players. We're very grateful for your support. And then next, as we turn to the match, I'd like to thank our markers, Darren Long from Morton Morrill, who marked the match, and Will Taylor, our hazard marker. Well done, Will. So with that, John, I'd like to present you the finalist here. Say congratulations.
Firstly, a massive thank you to the Racquet Club of Chicago. You guys really do put on a fantastic event, and from the pro staff, all the members cheering on, Elmer, everybody. You guys really are the best, and we thrive to try and match whenever we're in Philly. But you guys are really amazing. So thank you for giving up your court time and letting us play on your wonderful court and use your club. A massive thank you to all of the hosts, especially my host, John Gilligan, Kate, Charlie, and Jack. You guys are really generous, open up your homes to us, so we really thank you for that. A massive thank you to my team back in Philly. Your guys' support's amazing, and you let me travel to all these tournaments, and I can't thank you guys enough, so thank you to everyone back in Philly cheering me on. Sorry I didn't give you a bit of a better show tonight, but we'll keep working hard. Big thank you to my fiancée Libby. She came out over the weekend, had a quick trip, so thanks for always supporting me. And then lastly, a massive congratulations to Camden. You're too good tonight, man. I know you've had a tough year, so well done, man. Great job. Well played.
And to our U.S. Open champion, Camden Riviere. Please.
It's hard to follow John. He's become such a kind of amazing sportsman in so many ways, both on and off the court. So first and foremost, I'm proud of you as a friend, fellow competitor. Now you're just a good guy. You work hard, you do everything right, and you're a true showcase for what we want professionals to be. And I know it didn't go your way tonight, but I'm looking forward to many, many more finals here as we go forward. So thank you, man. Secondly, I'm probably going to reiterate a couple things. The Racquet Club of Chicago, you've opened your doors, you've let us invade your club and your houses for the better part of 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks in some cases. It really means the world to us. We are so lucky to get to come and spend time in this club and spend time with you all. And it really means the world to us that you are willing to take this on. We know it's a ton for the pro shop, for Steve and Hoppy and everybody there, and for all the members to give up all their court time, everything like that. And we do not take that for granted. We really, really do appreciate it. We know it's a lot, and we hope that we can show you that through our tennis and through our efforts while we're here. So thank you all very much. And then just finally, I want to say a big hello and said it back to my wife Julie back home. It has been a heck of a year for us, and I just would not be able to be here today. I would not have been able to come out here and compete and do this without her. It truly means the world, and I'm just going to stop there.
Thanks so much, guys. Really well played. And remember, we still have the they have the U.S. Open doubles tomorrow night as well. These same two guys will be back out here with their partners, Cam playing with Tim Chisholm and John Lumley playing with our own Steve Bergona. So look forward to seeing you then.